You've seen this, right? The first time I noticed it, my brain went, wait, hold up, something's wrong. Because you look over at this giant truck and one whole axle looks like it's having a bad day. Like it's messed up somehow, so those wheels are just hanging off the ground, spinning in the air like they're trying to keep up. It looks broken, but it isn't. It's actually a really smart piece of engineering. That floating axle can save roads from getting chewed up, meaning billions in repair costs. It can save trucking companies a small fortune in fuel and tires, and it can keep the truck from basically bullying itself every time it has to make a tight turn. To get why the floating wheel exists, you have to stop thinking about the truck for a second and start thinking about the road. Asphalt and concrete are tough, but they have one major weakness. They hate concentrated load. The road doesn't care that you're only doing 55. It cares about how much weight you're pressing into the pavement through a few small contact patches. That's why the rules get obsessive about axle weight. At a scale house, nobody's just asking, so what's your total weight today? They're checking how that weight is split up, axle by axle, because a little too much on the wrong axle can beat up a road fast. And a heavy truck isn't just one axle anyway. There's the front steer axle, the drive axles that actually push, trailer axles if it's a semi, and sometimes one extra axle you can deploy when you need it. That's the ghost axle, the lift axle. When the truck's light, it stays up. When it's loaded, like a dump truck packed with gravel, the driver hits a switch. Airbags inflate, the axle drops, and now more tires are carrying the load. Same truck, same cargo. But the pressure on the road drops, the axle numbers come into line, and the truck stays legal without chewing up the pavement. So if more wheels on the ground means the load is spread out and the road is happier, why not keep that lift axle down all the time? Because once the truck isn't heavy anymore, that extra axle stops being a hero and starts being a monthly subscription you didn't ask for. The answer, like a lot of engineering decisions, is basically one word: money. Truck tires are expensive. Like if you price out a full set on an 18-wheeler, you start doing that quiet math where you realize, okay, this is flirting with used sedan money. And they don't wear out politely either. Every mile those tires touch pavement, you're paying in rubber. You're also paying in fuel because every extra tire on the ground adds rolling resistance. Basically the road leaning in and going, nice, now push harder. More tires touching the road means more friction to overcome, which means the engine has to work harder to keep the same speed. And working harder means burning more fuel. It's not dramatic in 1 mile, it's dramatic over 100,000. Now picture the truck right after it dumps its load. The gravel's gone, the truck is suddenly lighter. If the driver leaves that extra axle down anyway, those wheels are doing a whole lot of nothing while still scrubbing rubber and sipping fuel out of the tank. So the driver lifts the axle back up, the truck rolls easier, and you've basically switched the vehicle into eco mode, except the eco mode is the size of a small house. And there's another money leak people don't think about until they've watched a toll sign eat their soul. In a lot of places, tolls for big trucks aren't just based on weight, they're based on axles. The number of axles touching the ground is often the number the toll booth cares about. So if you can legally lift that axle when you're light, you can sometimes get billed like a smaller vehicle. Same truck, same driver, same day, very different charge. So yeah, sometimes that ghost wheel is saving roads, sometimes it's saving fuel, sometimes it's saving your wallet at a toll plaza. And there's still one more reason they lift it that has nothing to do with money and everything to do with what happens when a long truck tries to turn. There's one more reason lift axles exist, and it's not about saving fuel or passing a scale. It's about turning. Trucks are long, and when a long vehicle with a bunch of fixed axles tries to make a tight corner, the rear tires can't all follow the same nice, clean arc. Some of them get dragged sideways. That sideways dragging has a name: scrubbing. And if you've ever heard a big truck turning in a lot and it sounds like the tires are screaming for help, that's scrubbing. It's rough on everything. It chews through tread, it stresses the suspension, and it pushes nasty forces through the frame. The more tires you've got planted on the ground, the more the truck starts acting like it has one life goal: go straight forever. So when a driver needs to maneuver into a tight job site, a cramped alley, a sharp turn in the city, they'll lift that extra axle. And here's the neat part: lifting it effectively shortens the wheelbase. Less tire fighting, less dragging, easier pivot. The truck can swing through the turn without shaving off its own tires and without grinding the pavement like it's holding a grudge. So the next time you spot one of those ghost wheels spinning in midair, don't assume the truck is falling apart. Honestly, look closely. Half the time, that's the cleanest, prettiest wheel on the whole vehicle. It's up there like, I'm the good wheel, I stay fresh, I don't touch the dirty road. So yeah, those wheels aren't broken, they're just waiting for their cue. If this made you see highways a little differently, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What's another everyday normal thing you've noticed that looked wrong until you found out it was actually smart? See you in the next one.